Hi. So I just wanted to add in some information about ASP.NET Core and what it is. Basically, ASP.NET Core is a rebuild of Microsoft's .NET framework. Basically, .NET is a bunch of libraries Microsoft made to handle a lot of the stuff programmers do redundantly and need to build out. It makes programming go a lot faster and takes a lot of the headache out of it that used to be involved, like memory management or other such things. From what they say, the previous framework version was getting too big and slow because of how it was coded. So what they did is rebuilt it from scratch so it has less code and runs much faster. However, as of December 2019, when I'm recording this video, it still doesn't have all the functionality that the previous versions dubbed ASP.NET without the core had. It doesn't support things like WCF, Windows Communication Foundation, which was a library used to communicate with other computers and other such things. Am I a fan of what Microsoft for web development? To a degree, because most recently I have been using it in the workplace in the last company I worked for. Furthermore, I find that C# and the .NET suite are very powerful, well documented, easier to use, as well as they have a large community. A lot of the people that I see using it at different companies often aren't using its full functionality and the supporting tools that makes development with it much easier and much quicker. Furthermore, for their applications, they often expose the libraries, which allows you to utilize, modify, and enhance them. That's another thing I don't see done that often. This is good for automation of stuff. But you might be asking why I chose to teach ASP.NET Core in this particular course. Because it's free, because Microsoft is a software company that uses its own tools, and that should say something, because it has a large community supporting it, and because it runs on Windows and Linux. Furthermore, it's what I most recently worked at as a large company. Would I recommend using it for all scenarios? No. I think that there are a lot of free solutions like WordPress that handle quite a lot of the simpler situations, and I think you shouldn't rebuild the wheel unless that's necessary. I'll have other videos teaching you how to use integration tools in order to pull data from WordPress into your own proprietary application, or build out communication between different applications so you won't, within an intranet, so that you won't have to rebuild the actual application all the time, which I have also seen, because people are not aware of the tools that are available. So, yeah, that's all for now. My 2 bits on Microsoft. Yeah, so I guess that leads us to the question, why did I choose the Visual Studio's development environment? Because Microsoft developed the ASP.NET framework, and there's quite a lot of built-in functionality in the Visual Studio's development environment that goes hand in hand with ASP.NET Core. So it generates a lot of the code. You have a testing suite, and you have other things that just make it a more pleasant learning experience and development experience if you're aware of it. I also think I should inform you before we start what libraries we'll be getting acquainted with later on, even though I'm not going to specify what they do. We'll be using Entity Framework Core, Identity Framework, AutoMapper, Bootstrap, SQL Server, and SSMS, SQL Server Management Studios, debug tools of whatever browser you're using, and more as they're needed. But those are the main ones. Okay, so that's my 2 bits, and let's get to the actual course.